All right, we're here with Sharon Lee Giganti. She's a speaker at this 2011 Catholic Women's Conference. And Sharon, how about what is your experience of the Catholic Women's Conferences that you've been attending, the impact that you've seen and how important it is to have women's conferences?
Oh, it is so important. They are a treasure because we know that the weapon we have is the sword of truth, is the sword of the Spirit, is God's Word. We know that God's Word is the truth, so we have to have that information, that vital, life-giving information, to be our criteria by which we judge everything that we're bombarded with. If we don't have this truth of our Catholic faith to judge by, then we're lost, almost without a moral compass in today's world where anything goes. So at conferences like this, where you can hear the truth about such vital subjects that affect women, their marriages, their families, their kids, how trying to affect the world for good with all the wonderful spirituality that God gives us as women. We're very powerful in the world as God's treasured women, and it's just invaluable, the learning. And it's a privilege to be here, to be able to share what little I know, to help women be well armed for the battle, because it's been heating up lately.
And what would you tell women who are interested in coming to a women's conference? Maybe it's intriguing to them. What would you say to encourage them to come?
Oh, I would say that you couldn't afford to miss one, that you owe it to yourself to nourish your faith. And there's so much fun, and people leave here just, you might come with a little bit of a cold or not feeling well. By the time you leave, you feel great, because it's so life-giving, and this fellowship with all the other women, and so much wonderful information. When every Catholic women's conference that I've ever been to, I leave feeling like I am rich in my faith. The only kind of rich that's, that is so wholesomely healing is to be rich in our faith with so much wonderful information that is God's Word and His truth. So it's everything to me. One of my favorite scriptures says, no matter how lost we are, or no matter how entangled we think we are in something that's gotten us down. One of my favorite scriptures, I believe it's from, it's one of the Psalms, 107 I think it is, where it says, and God sends forth His Word, and He rescues them, and He heals them, and He rescues them from the pit and from destruction. And that's what God's Word does for us. So this is what you'll be hearing at good conferences like this wonderful Catholic Women's Conference here in San Antonio. You're hearing God's truth. And that, I'll never forget reading in our Catholic Catechism that God is the norm of all truth. So when you're looking for that sure criteria by which you can navigate everything that's in the media today and surrounding us, and different books and lectures, and we have the internet, that God is the norm of all truth. So His Word is truth. And that's what you hear at conferences like this. And this is why you leave feeling so nourished and so alive and so rich with God's grace.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Sharon.